Who is the person you speak to more than anyone else? It's not your boss. It's not your spouse. It's not your children, not your grandchildren. It's not your best friend. It is yourself. All day long, there's a little voice inside your head commenting on what we do. Sometimes it encourages us. Other times, especially during depression and anxiety, it becomes our worst critic. It says, "You are not good enough. You always mess things up. Nothing is ever going to change." After losing my wife and my oldest son, there was times when grief became so heavy that the voice in my head told me I was broken and had nothing left to give. That voice was loud, but loud does not mean right. Today, I want to invite you to make an attitude shift. When depression and anxiety turn your thoughts against you, recognize that voice, answer it with kindness, and then turn outward through service. First, recognize the little voice. Depression and anxiety can narrow our vision until all we see is what is wrong and what we fear. That does not mean a depression person is selfish. It means pain can become so overwhelming it is hard to see beyond it. The voice may say, "Everyone else is doing better than you. You should be over this by now. You are a burden." The first step is not pretending everything is fine. It is noticing that the voice is saying and asking, "Is that actually true?" Second, answer yourself with kindness. Imagine someone you love saying, "I'm struggling. I made a mistake. I do not feel like I am enough." Would you tell them, "You are worthless"? You will never change. Of course not. You would listen and remind them of their worth. Why do we speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to someone we love? Doctrine and Covenants 18:10 says, "Remember the worth of soul is great in the sight of God." That includes your soul. God did not add an exception with your name on it. Being positive does not mean pretending depression and anxiety are not real. Sometimes we need counseling, medical care, medication, or support from people we trust. Asking for help is not weakness or a lack of faith. A positive attitude means choosing the next honest step, even when it is small. Third, turn outward through service. Service challenges the lie that we have nothing to give. After the losses in my life, writing became one way I worked through grief. I wrote stories, poems, and songs. And when I saw my grandchildren become excited to read one of my books, their joy reminded me that something created from my pain could bring joy to someone else. I also wrote a song called "I Get Up Again." It did not erase everything difficult feeling, but it helped me turn those feelings into something that might encourage another person. King Benjamin taught, when you are in the service of your fellow beings, you are only in the service of your God. Service can be simple. Call someone who is lonely, send an encouraging message, listen to someone who needs to talk. During the next 24 hours, I invite you to do two things. First, notice one harsh statement you say to yourself and replace it with something kinder and more truthful. Instead of saying, "I will always fail," say, "I have failed before and I can still learn." Second, perform one small act of kindness. The voice inside your head is the voice you will hear more than any other. Teach it to speak with kindness. Then let that kindness move through you and into someone else's life. You may not choose every feeling that enters your mind, but you can choose your next step. Look inward with kindness, and then look outward through service. And when life knocks you down,